So for our deep dive today, we're looking at a conceptual diagram. It's trying to answer one of the oldest questions we have, but from a really structural point of view.
Hmm.
It's titled The Cycle of Reincarnation, A Journey for the Soul. And it argues that life on Earth isn't just chaos, but a specific kind of institution, a school.
It's a very compelling framework. I mean, the source material, it essentially lays out a roadmap for the mechanism behind reincarnation.
Right.
It moves past the idea that we just come back and really digs into the utility of it. It says Earth is a structured curriculum designed to solve a very specific problem, a problem in the spirit world.
And that's the part that immediately jumps out at you. We usually think of the spirit world as the goal, perfection, bliss, the finish line.
The end game, yeah.
But this diagram has a whole section labeled the problem.
Yeah.
And the problem is stagnation in the spirit world.
Yeah.
How could a perfect place be a problem?
Well, because perfection in this context means homogeneity. The source explains that souls there live with similar beings, and while that sounds nice and comfortable,
Yeah.
that actually kills progress. Real growth needs some kind of resistance, some friction. If you're only ever surrounded by beings who think and feel exactly like you hit a ceiling. There's no one to challenge your understanding.
So you stagnate. Okay, so we need friction to grow. And that leads directly to the solution proposed here. The diagram calls earthly life a womb.
It does, yes.
Yeah, I have to ask about that. We're talking about school curriculum, but the source uses this biological metaphor. How do those two ideas fit together?
They actually reinforce each other. Calling Earth a womb implies that spiritually we're not fully formed yet. We're still in a kind of fetal stage. We haven't been born into its full potential.
Ah, I see.
And the school part is the method of gestation. The source says we descend to Earth to test ourselves in new environments. We leave that comfortable, samey spirit world for a place that's defined by contrast and conflict.
And that contrast is where the syllabus kicks in. The diagram lists 3 specific experiences: success, failure, and misfortune. Now, failure and misfortune as teachers. I think most of us can get our heads around that. But why is success listed as a lesson, as a hurdle? Is that about testing the ego?
That's often the most difficult exam, isn't it? We tend to think of success as the reward for passing the test.
Right, the A+.
But this model views success as the test. It checks if you can maintain your spiritual grounding when everything is going your way. Do you get complacent, lose your empathy? The source groups all 3, success, failure, misfortune, as equally valuable opportunities.
That's a radical leveling of the playing field. It suggests that, say, losing a job or suffering some tragedy isn't a sign that you're losing at life.
Exactly. It removes the moral judgment we attach to those events. In this framework, misfortune isn't a punishment, it's just heavy course material.
Heavy course material, I like
A
that.
diagram even shows a figure climbing steps through these things. Without the misfortune, you just wouldn't have the friction needed to climb to that next level of enlightenment. You'd be right back in that state of stagnation.
This all builds toward the final takeaway in the text, which is that reincarnation is an act of great love. And I have to be honest, if I'm in the middle of a misfortune lesson, it doesn't feel very loving.
No, I imagine it wouldn't. It feels indifferent or even cruel.
Yeah.
But it all depends on your definition of love. If love is just about comfort, about protecting someone from all pain, then yes, this system seems cruel. But the source defines this as a universal love, a desire for your evolution.
Okay.
It's like the difference between a parent who does their child's homework for them versus the parent who makes the child figure it out, even if there are tears. They know that learning to do it yourself is the much greater gift.
So the love here is the universe trusting you enough to handle the curriculum. It's giving you as many tries as you need to master the material.
Precisely. It shifts the entire narrative from, why is this happening to me, to, what is this trying to teach me? It reframes reality from random accidents to a benevolent design.
It certainly changes how you'd look at a bad day. Instead of bad luck, it's just a pop quiz.
It is, and it raises a really vital question for anyone listening. If Earth is a school designed to cure spiritual stagnation, what specific lesson do you think your biggest challenge right now might be trying to teach you?
A provocative thought to leave us on. Thanks for walking us through this one.
Whoa.